All right, guys, let's go. It's game 3 of the Down and Dirty Icyfar challenge, where you're not allowed to go above 35 workers. Oh my god, it's going to be so much fun. Up here in the top right, representing the Jedi and their midichlorians, it's Markov. And down here... Wait, I've seen this name before. Isn't this fucking Kavoth's friend? It's Simon. I feel like we've talked about this before. We've seen this bloke before. I think it's this guy probably who sent the replay in. Usually if someone it gets cast, they eventually do get cast again. It usually means they're doing it a lot. He's sending a drone across to block the hatch. But that's going to get there just after the Nexus goes down. Oh, actually way after. This fucker's going Nexus first. Markov's going Nexus first. I am Markov from Tripolia. You will never get your daughter back. That's an Albanian probe if I've ever seen one. You know what I'm saying? For some reason he decides to go a Nexus at a gateway at the last second with no scouting info. He's like, actually, I'll go gate first. It's just a really late gate. I felt like letting you get the hatch up. So Markov there, that's just shits the bed. By the way, guys, it's gas first. Mine's 100 gas, starts Burrow. It's maybe the dumbest opening I've ever seen. The whole point is he's hoping this survives long enough for Burrow to finish, so when he cancels it, he can quickly burrow the drone and block the Nexus. Now, what's really great is if you guys have ever tried this build on the ladder, and I have, sometimes people build a forge, they build a cannon, and you burrow your drone and it dies, and you go, fuck. And then you realize there's cannons in your base, and you're like, fuck. And you realize that your spawning pool is literally 40 seconds after a fucking hatch gas pool, and yet you don't even have the hatch. So even if your opponent's Nexus gets blocked for like 3 minutes, you're like even. You've got to block this to like 5 minutes to actually get ahead off this. Thankfully, no sign of a forge. Robo's going to be a while away. This could work out. This could work out. What's he going to do? He's going to take the rich gas as well. I like it. Simon, you're making me very excited. I'm enjoying it. Now, for those who don't know, there is a new challenge up for next week. It's called Scorched Earth. Avoid fighting front on and burn your enemy's base down instead. Oh, did he get under? He does. Now, the question is, does Markov even realize that died? He doesn't. He goes, I got to wait for the creep to disappear. Okay, no worries. So we're going to go to Markov's camera, guys. This is Markov's camera. Markov's like, hey, why can't me Nexus build? Hey, what? I don't think he's realized. He's like, oh, there was some creep there, I guess. Now his probe's running around. Now he's okay, put the Nexus down. What? Why isn't... Lol, he realizes. What is he gonna do? Robo. Oh, shit. And the hammer drops. And by the way, he's like, oh, it's fine. It's one base versus one base. He scouted every base except this one. Lol, indeed. Oh, Simon, you fucking troll. You fucking troll, mate. I'd like it. He's going to try and do a proxy. He's got warp gate on the way. I would not mind like 4 gateways going down, a few pylons, and then just try to do some crazy attack, right? Make an observer, clear this up, get rid of that. Be making stalkers and sentries. Look at this wall off, by the way. It's really hard to get in and out of your base, but I guess it's a pretty solid wall besides the pylon in it. And he's going to... Is he going to go DTs? He's proxying a Twilight Council. When the game's fucked up, why not? Make some invisible douchebags, literally born to stalk. By the way, I do think Zeratil's a pretty cool character, right? But I have been replaying all of the StarCraft 1, the Brood War campaigns recently. I've just had a bit of a nostalgia run. And I went through, and I'm near the end of the Zerg campaign, which is the final campaign of Brood War. I've got to say, I don't know if Zeratul has like weird mummy issues with Rashagul or something, but she's like acting sus as fuck, and he's just like, oh, it's fine. She says fucking hang out with Kerrigan and do what she wants, even though she just murdered me friends. All right. Rashagul's like, yes, the Overmind's the great, gotta fucking do it. And he's just like, and I can't remember what happens next exactly in it, but I'm like, can you fucking not? And he's like, nah, it's fine. She looks totally normal. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a fucking neural parasite tentacle in her fucking forehead. And he's like, all right, I'll do what you say. I'm like, why are you... Zeratul, what are you doing, mate? Fucking don't trust this shit, dude. You gotta be suspecting. Oh, are we moving every unit out of the wall, Markov? No. Oh, look at that. Wall off. My favorite part, by the way, about the weekend of games in DreamHack was everyone getting upset about Mana's wall getting breached when his unit was clearly not in the fucking wall. It was kind of fantastic. He had a wall off that was a good wall off, and his adept was like off to the fucking side by like a hex and a half, and I was like, well, that's just not in position. And everyone was like, Zerg? Are you even seeing this, guys? Did you see the way they just ran in there? I'm like, I don't even know if he tried to run in on the first go through, because I think he could have got through. Yes, technically when an adept or a zealot attacks, its collision size gets slightly smaller for a fraction of a second, which is why if you're not perfectly positioned, they can kind of wriggle through. But it was like outside of the choke point. Like it was a clear Mana mistake. I mean, it sucks for Mana. Don't get me wrong, I was sad for him as well. I just thought it was funny that people went to a balanced place and are like, wow, look how easy it is to get in here. Speaking of getting in here, Simon right now, going for the Von Girl Zergling attack. Markov's like, oh shit, turns out 4 unupgraded adepts and a sentry is not that good. I also love that he decided to take the 3rd. This to me really does it for me, because he kind of took it really late anyway, where it was like you almost had the observer out. I don't know, man. I feel like it's not quite done what you need it to do. Finally, we're seeing some DTs come in, guys. It's a 6-minute DT drop. Please don't morph Archons. Please run in invisible. Is there even a lair? Oh, the lair's almost finished. Wait. Did we just not warp in any DTs at home? We used all 3 warp-ins? Markov, you need a single DT to defend this attack. Oh, Markov. These probes, get back to mining, mate. Uh-oh, Markov's in trubs, right? The Prism is just sitting here. The DTs are all having a bit of a pre-battle FAP circle session in that Prism. They're all sitting next to each other like, oh, it's me first combat drop. Are you afraid? Yeah, I mean, I passed my parachute training, but, you know, and one of them's, he's a veteran. He's like, don't worry, guys. If we jerk each other off before we drop, it relieves stress. And so apparently they spent the last minute and a half just touching each other's cocks while the entire base goes down on the other side. There's no Overseer, but no DTs warped in. Okay, finally, a DT warps in, starts clearing the Ravagers. These guys go in. They're going to take out the lair. This is it. If you get out the lair, I mean, there's 3 Overseers making. I don't know. It's a good reaction by Simon. Nothing at home to defend. But that's good enough. Oh, and the Zerglings find the mineral line. Those probes are all going down. This 1 DT in the main is up to 9 kills. He's going to clear everything. The base will survive. But is it enough? The DT is picked up and then dropped down to the natural for some reason, rather than just walking there. I love when people do that. It's my favorite thing is when people try to be a pro gamer. They're like, I've seen them pick up and drop a lot. So they're like, pick up from here, and they try to drop there. And I'm like, why didn't you just attack move it? And they're like, I saw Zest do it once. And I'm like, ah, okay, cool. Nice. Meanwhile, I mean, check it out. Maybe that veteran DT, maybe there was something to his bit of wisdom. Picks up the DT on red hit points. Sick micro by Markov, showing some sick Jedi instincts. All 4 DTs still alive. Now that Ravager, he could drop on top of it. Oh, I think he's got to Chad this, mate. Just drop on the Ravager and fight, maybe. Maybe go home and make Archons. He doesn't have a lot of units left. He's going to try to sneak a Nexus up here. His base mostly has gone down. There's a 16-kill DT. He could actually reprobe this base. Wouldn't be too terrible. There is still a tiny bit of mining for Simon there. A tiny bit there. He's thinking about it. What's he going to do? Oh, man, there's probes running all around this map. This game is absolute fudging chaos right now. He's going to come back in. He's going to go for it. 4 DTs. I'm telling you, they can think clearly. They're not distracted. There's, you know, it's like there's a load off their shoulders. Well, this one's not getting any ads on it, I don't think, guys. No, maybe no ads here. I don't know. Anyways, this game's actually kind of sick, to be honest. The DT comes in, goes for the Spore. No, you can't afford to lose him. Oh no, the Observer's gonna go down, as will the DT. The drones attack the lair for a moment there. Oh no, he flies in the Spore range. Get out. No. Shit. Oh, hot damn. People were saying apparently the borders at the start of that game were Masters. People were like, is this bronze? Is this Gold League? Masters 3. Just a heads up. Everyone out there who's not in Masters League, who's in chat, is in the YouTube comment section like, I'm so much better than these guys. They're playing the game wrong. They're infinitely better than you. How's that taste? A little bit hard to swallow, isn't it? A little bit hard to... What's that? 1500 MMR higher than you? These guys are like 4.5k MMR and you're only 2.4k? Ah, but if you practice more, you would be Grandmaster. That's all right, comment section. That's all right, Twitch chat. Look, we can even see the denial. Lappy, Master, no way. You can see Lappy's reality fragment around him as he fucking realizes. He's like, that's Masters League? Yeah, man. I mean, it turns out when one guy goes and burrows a fucking drone under his hatch block and denies your base until the 5-minute mark and forces you to take your thirds, apparently all your plans go out the window and you fall apart and the game turns into an absolute shit show. Who knew? You know, it's a specialty, guys. It's grabbing the game, taking it from a nice, pristine, civilized place, and instead you go, oh, is this the main course fork and knife? And your opponent goes, yes. Except actually you are holding them in the wrong hands. This is very uncivilized. And you're like, oh, it's uncivilized, is it? And then Simon just fucking pulls the tablecloth off and just fucking stabs the other guy in the throat, tackles him across the table, and just removes all sense of class, high refined society and orderliness out of the matchup and says, we're just two dudes wrestling, trying to stab each other with some kitchenware, bit of silverware off the fancy table. And that's the sort of StarCraft we like to watch. Hats off to you, Simon. GG, well played, dickhead.